You might think kid shows are weird now, from Clarence, the best cartoon ever made actually, to whatever this thing is. But I assure you, they've always been weird. And cross the globe to Japan for today's subject, we have the weirdest show you've probably ever seen, let alone kid show. Popee the Performer. Popee the Performer was created in the year 2000 by Ryuji Masuda and Wakako Masuda to air on the station Kids Station. Which, I was gonna make a joke about how obvious the name is, but Cartoon Network exists, so... The show was created as an experiment, an animator of Popee the Performer said. The budget was extremely low, being 100,000 yen each episode, which translates to 690 American dollars, which today is $1,268. A shocking number, but makes some liberties make sense. The show ran for 5 minutes an episode, and with 39 episodes, that's 3+ hours of Popee the Performer content for you to consume. Just Popee the hell out of it. Popee the Performer's cast is small, but interesting. Of course you have Popee and Kedamono, who are the main characters, but then Season 2, Episode 14 introduces Popee, who is a character, alright. There's one-off characters like White Wolf and Onomatic and God. Yeah, gods here. This frog is also a reoccurring character and is the only one that can talk, because why not? Apparently, Ryuji had to spend out of pocket for the frog, which is hilarious. He cost $93 to make the model. $93? The series primarily takes place in a circus environment. The circus theme is evident in plot lines, costumes, and the show quite literally being called Popee the Performer. The show also has the best intro of all time. I genuinely love how insane it is. Oh my god. Each episode is self-contained, meaning anything can happen in one episode without affecting another, so of course a lot happens in these episodes. Every episode is also completely silent except for the previously mentioned frog. But that was only one episode, so do we even count it? Yeah, we probably do. The show has a shocking reputation for being extremely violent. It's so violent because Ryuji Masuda was apparently unaware it was even gonna air on a kid's channel, which explains a lot. The show got so violent, it even had banned episodes like Season 1, Episode 11, titled Swallower, which is a title you don't want to read for a show, let alone a kid's show. The episode follows Popee swallowing swords, as you do, and after one impales him, Kedamono tries to help by getting it out. Or torturing Popee, I'm not sure, but it results in the truck exploding and Popee eating Kedamono alive. That happens. Why does that happen? Why are you asking me? Kedamono tries to escape, but in order to keep him in there, Popee decides to impale the both of them, not killing them. Can you see why this episode was banned? Despite this and another unaired episode called Knife Game. Yeah, I think the Knife Game tells you enough about it. The show was a hit. People loved it, and despite its interesting content, it ran to a Season 2. Season 2 introduces Popee, who is an interesting man, not to be confused with Popee because this is Pappy. His debut episode follows Popee trying to teach Popee and Kedamono how to cut themselves in half. A magic trick that infuriates Popee to try to learn. I mean, he gets really mad, having a mental break resulting in cutting everything around in half, thinking they're Popee. Then cutting himself in half, only to successfully do the trick and then just die. As you do, it's a daily occurrence at this point. It's actually a daily occurrence in the show. The show even continued in popularity to a third season. Side note, the show was only supposed to run for 14 episodes, which was extended multiple times. They just can't get enough of it over there. It had commercials, toys, and stuffed animals. The third season would be the show's final season, containing a season finale that decided to answer the question of what was behind the mask of Kedamono. If you haven't noticed by now, Kedamono wears a mask. This mask displays every emotion he has. It's a really cool design concept, and I actually really like it. The episode begins with Popee having a dream about Kedamono making funny faces, and one of his masks breaking, nearly showing his face before Popee wakes up. He tries to pull Kedamono's mask off, but it results in a classic visual gag. We all love it. Yes, you do. Don't lie. After this, Popee goes back to sleep when he is awoken by Kedamono checking everyone's eyes with a flashlight. Hey, are you sleeping? You are? Well, you aren't now. After checking their eyes, he sneaks off to have some mask off time, I guess. Why was the frog sleeping in a hole? I sleep in a hole. I deeply relate to this frog. Speaking of the frog sees Kedamono's face and decides to announce it to everyone. Kedamono no kao wa! 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 What's that silly frog saying, I hear you ask? Well, he is saying the face of Kedamono. Yes, the face, yes, spit it out, frog! Well, Kedamono has a plan. He decides to eat the frog. Whole. Why is this a reoccurring theme in the show? Then this scene happens, which is an interesting visual. You just have to experience it. お母さんにだったよ. The frog is saying, looks just like his mother, which makes perfect sense. Don't question it. Why are you questioning it? Then everyone fades away and leaves just Popee and Kedamono. Then it just ends. That's it. What happened to them? They probably died. The end. Well, not actually the end. In 2002, Popee the Performer got a manga containing little strips of the characters doing silly things. The book, more notably, gives us a look at concept art of Popee and Kedamono. Popee looks like the kid from Where the Wild Things Are, and Kedamono's on all fours with long fingernails, more feral looking. Don't question it. The series faded into obscurity for American viewers. I'm not sure if it kept much of a popular ingrainment like The Laughing Salesman in Japan, but over time and during our digital age, the series has been picked up with a new fan base, gaining tons of exposure and becoming somewhat of a cult classic among the internet individuals. Which is great. It's incredible how the internet can revitalize a show so quickly and abundantly like this show has been. The end of Popee the Performer doesn't mean its legacy wasn't spiritually continued. Ryuji then made Mr. Stain and Junk Alley, which ran even shorter and died. So maybe the spirit is dead. Or maybe it just lives on in our hearts. Our Popee bunny suit-shaped hearts. I've been your host, Golden Pre, and I hope you have a golden day.